Hey guys, Lee here to bring you yet another Wi-Fi battle against my friend Thomas, who I've actually battled quite a bit lately. And he tends to switch out Pokemon quite a bit, so fighting him is quite a bit of a challenge. But anyway, let's get started. So this match he leads off with his Smeargle, which is a popular choice because of the new hazard, which is Sticky Web. Reduces every ground Pokemon's speed by one stage, so it's really good. So I bring out my Tyranitar hoping I could get a flinch on him and prevent him from using any hazards, which actually happened, so that worked really well for me. And if I didn't get the flinch, the Sandstorm would still help out to disable his Focus Sash. So since he goes down, he brings out his Azumarill, hoping to get a play rough on my Tyranitar, so I switch out to my Massacre, seeing as his defense is incredibly high. Not to mention he's not even in his Mega form yet, but he is a really good counter to Azumarill, especially if the Azumarill is choice banded, since he is stuck with that one move, so he's forced to switch out to his Gliscor. Here, I actually thought I could set up on him because one of the matches I was doing had a Gliscor too, and I was able to set up pretty well. So I tried to do that here, but that didn't really work well for me. So I'm forced to use a U-turn in a little bit. Since I can't really do much to this Gliscor, his defense is really high. Not to mention he has self-heals and protect, which is really annoying. So he uses taunt. I can't even set up anymore, so I'm forced to use a U-turn. I hate this guy so much. Anyway, I use a U-turn and bring out my I think it's my Gengar. Yeah. Actually, I bring out my Azumarill, hoping to get a play rough on him. Even though his defense is really high, a play rough will still do really high amounts of damage. I mean, I could have went for the Aqua Tail, which would do more, but I was expecting him to switch, so he actually baited that and scouted using Protect. So that was a good play by him. But anyway, I still do the play rough since it does really high damage because of huge power. Not to mention he has choice band, so it's insane. It can one shot like almost anything. So it goes back and forth. I use play rough, he uses earthquake and protect until he gets to about the yellow zone, and then he is forced to use protect. So I predicted that, so I switched out to my Gengar, hoping to take it down once and for all. And this time he's actually forced to switch since he can't really do anything else to my Gengar aside from Ice Fang, which I doubt he would do. So he brings out his Gudra, which is his special defense tank. And this thing is just unbelievably tanky for special defense anyway. Usually it still goes down pretty, like, it gets OHKO'd by a ×2 Swords Dance Scizor Bullet Punch, but it's a really good Pokemon. It's the 6th gen pseudo legendary, so I would use it if you like him. But I switch out to my Tyranitar, hoping to take up the special attacks he uses, just because Tyranitar's special defense is incredibly high during a sandstorm. So he's a really good tank. But he can't do anything else since he's minus special attack because of the Draco Meteor. So I use this opportunity to set up my rocks. So, but after that, since I'm choice scarfed, I'm forced to switch out to my Massacre hoping I could bring this down. But yeah, see how much damage that did? It was like 30%, I think, 25, 30%. Anyway, I use Bullet Punch. Does about half a little bit, 45%. Anyway, I go down. Doesn't matter though. He did his job. So I'm gonna bring out my Tyranitar again, hoping I can finally finish this with a Rock Slide. But his switch is out to his Medicham, which I actually forgot he had because I wasn't really paying attention to the team comp. I just kind of do whatever. All I saw was the Smurgle, so I was like, yeah, I had to use the Tyranitar. Anyway, he brings out his Medicham. I thought he would go Mega, actually, because that's what he did in his other match I did with him. But this time he actually didn't, so I just switched to my Gengar, hoping I could take a high jump kick and like screw up his momentum. So he goes down. And he brings out his Goodra again. So I switch out to my my Tyranitar again. He's a really good Goodra counter, I would say. Rock Slide still does a bit of damage to him, and even if it the flinch is really good if you ask me. It's way better than Stone Edge, because Stone Edge just always seems to miss. And I used Crunch this time to predict if he wants to switch out or anything, but he actually didn't. He just stayed in. But that still takes him down. Didn't matter if I used Rock Slide anyway. So it takes out his Azumarill, and he's gonna use Aqua Jet, so I'm just gonna switch out. He doesn't really have a choice. He doesn't have that much HP to tank hits anymore. So I bring out my Azumarill. I actually used Play Rough this time, so that was a good choice. So my Azumarill goes down. No, Bubbles! We'll miss you. But since he's locked in Play Rough, he's forced to switch. So I use this opportunity to set up my Quiver Dance. And once you get a Quiver Dance, it's gonna destroy stuff. It's just incredible. It does so much damage. Not to mention my Volcarona has Life Orb. It's a destroyer of worlds. So Kangaskhan, Mega Kangaskhan is actually one of the better Megas out there, just because it has Sucker Punch, which will counter Focus Sash and stuff like that. But there's actually something about Sucker Punch that not a lot of people know. It's that priority moves like disable Sucker Punch. Basically, if you use like a Bullet Punch or something, Sucker Punch will not hit you. So it's really good against like Mawile or Bannet or whoever uses Sucker Punch. It's something to think about. That's actually why I like Mega-Scizor than Mega Mawile, because of the Bullet Punch. It's so much more useful than like typical Sucker Punch. My Volcarona actually goes down, but that's okay. He took out the monster that is Mega Kangaskhan, so I'm proud of him. So I bring out my Noivern, hoping to take this thing down once and for all with a Hurricane. The special defense isn't that great, but he's a good Pokemon, this Gliscor. So I just Draco Meteor it, so I'm not playing games anymore. You're going down, Gliscor. That's it for you.